Okay, let me ask you something. What if the biggest thing holding you back in life is that your goals are just too small? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, right? But today, we're going to break down the philosophy of a guy who went from rock bottom to multimillionaire, all because of one pretty radical rule. This is the Grant Cardone method. I mean, just look at this transformation. At 25 years old, Grant Cardone was deep in a drug addiction. Just 5 years later, he was a millionaire. Now, this isn't just some feel-good comeback story. This is a complete reinvention. So the big question is, how did he do it? Well, the answer isn't some secret formula. It was a radical shift in how he saw the world and, more importantly, his place in it. And really, this quote right here is the key to the whole thing. Cardone's core idea is that success isn't something that just happens to you. No, it's something that happens because of you. It's not about luck. It's a result. You have to be the cause. So where does a process like that even begin? Well, it starts not with what you do, but with how you think. The very first step is a radical expansion of your ambition. You have to learn to think 10 times bigger than you are right now. And that brings us to his famous 10x rule. And honestly, it's brutally simple. You take whatever goal you're chasing and you multiply it by 10. Then you take the amount of effort you think you'll need to get there and you multiply that by 10 too. It's a framework for changing both your destination and the fuel you're going to use to get there. But, okay, why go to such an extreme? I mean, it sounds kind of intense, right? Well, Cardone's argument is that realistic goals are the biggest trap there is. By aiming for what feels safe and reasonable, we're basically guaranteeing mediocrity. We start playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And in that process, we completely underestimate what we're actually capable of. Let's make this real for a second. Let's say your goal is to make an extra $10,000. The 10x rule says, nope, that's not your goal anymore. Your new goal is $100,000. And yeah, it might sound insane, but the whole point is to set a target so big that it forces you to completely rethink your approach and abandon average actions. Because even if you fall short, you're going to land way beyond your tiny original goal. Now, to really live this, it's not enough to just pick a bigger number. It's a complete reprogramming of your mindset. It starts with choosing goals that you actually, truly care about. Goals so big, they ignite an obsession. From there, you have to take absolute responsibility for every single outcome. No excuses. And the final piece, don't just aim to compete in your field. Aim to dominate it. But look, a 10x goal is just a daydream without 10x action. This is the second half of the equation, and frankly, it's where most people fall flat. It's not enough to think differently. You have to act differently. So Cardone breaks it down into 4 levels of action we can take. Level 1, you can do nothing. Level 2, you can retreat, actually move away from your goals. Level 3, you can take normal action, which is what most people do, and it's why they get average results. Or there's level 4, you can take massive action. He argues this is the only level that actually guarantees success. It means operating at a level that's 10 times higher than everyone else around you. And this choice, which level of action you take, it leads to 2 completely different lives. The average path is built on normal effort and realistic goals, and on that path, any failure feels like a dead end. But the extraordinary path, the one built on massive action and 10x goals, it treats failure totally differently. It's not a setback, it's just data. It's a lesson you learn on the way to a much, much bigger win. Okay, so what does massive action actually look like day to day? It's not just about working hard, it's about being effective. And a huge part of that is persuasion. You can't hit 10x goals all by yourself. Cardone's first rule of persuasion is simple. Always agree. Find common ground first. This isn't about being a pushover. It's about building the trust you need to eventually bring them around to your point of view. And this brings us to a really crucial point. Cardone says you're always in a sale. You're either selling your ideas, your vision, and your goals, or someone else is selling you on theirs. Persuasion isn't just for salespeople. It's a fundamental life skill for anyone who wants to take massive action. And, effective action requires the right tools. It starts with absolute certainty, which comes from preparing so relentlessly that you already have solutions for problems that haven't even happened yet. You back that certainty up with hard evidence. Show people proof, not just promises. But maybe the most powerful tool of all is empathy. Genuinely caring about solving the other person's problem. That's how you truly persuade. All right, so we've covered the mindset and the method. Think 10 times bigger and act 10 times harder. The question now really turns to you. Are you ready to actually apply this? Look, as you start setting these huge goals, you are going to feel fear. That's just inevitable. But in the 10x philosophy, fear is not a stop sign. It's a green light. It's an indicator that you're moving in the right direction, that you're pushing out of your comfort zone and into growth. You should actually be looking for it.
And I want to leave you with this one final thought. We often think of external things as our biggest obstacles, right? But what if the thing that's holding you back the most is just the small size of your own goals? What if being realistic is actually the most unrealistic path to the life you truly want?